Meeting of the Zoning Board of Adjustment to order. Would you call the roll, please, ma'am?
Chairman Tamayo?
I'm here.
Board Member Beaver?
Here.
Board Member Hilliard?
Here.
Board Member Rowe?
Here.
Board Member Sorrell?
Here.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from the meeting of January 5, 2023. Those were published to the members of the board. Does anybody have any commentary about those? Questions for the staff, modifications, revisions? Is there a motion with respect to the minutes of the January 5th meeting?
Making a motion, we accept the minutes.
Is there a second?
A second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. What we're going to do is we're going to swear in everybody at one time because we found that it's more efficient to get everybody to stand up and do that all at once. If you can't raise your right hand, your left will do. And we'll be done with that. Go ahead.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
All right. The first item and only item on the agenda for today in new business and public hearing is PZ 2023-16, a request for variance to the required front yard setback, asking that that be reduced from 25 feet to 3 feet, and a request concurrent with that the required side yard setback be reduced from 5 feet to 2.5 feet, specifically for the installation of a carport and for that limited use only at 1440 Mimosa Lane in Beaumont. Could we have the staff report, please, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Yes, ma'am. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
How's life?
Pretty good.
Good. Would you state your name for the record, please, and then take off?
Sure. It's Adina Josie presenting the staff report. Mr. LaRousse and his son, the property owner, are requesting a variance to the property location for the property located at 1440 Mimosa Lane. They would like to construct a carport in the required front yard. Carports are permitted in the required front yard if there's no existing garage or access to the rear yard. In this case, however, there is an existing garage. The property is zoned residential single family and therefore requires a 25-foot building setback from the front property line and a 5-foot setback from the interior side property line for a one-story structure. The applicant requests that the required setbacks be reduced to 25 feet, from 25 feet to 3 feet, and 5 feet to 2.5 feet. And the applicant shall have the burden of proof to demonstrate that all three conditions necessary for approval have been met. A, that the granting of the variance will not be contrary to public interest. B, the literal enforcement of the ordinance will result in unnecessary hardship because of exceptional narrowness, shallowness, shape, topography, or other extraordinary or exceptional physical situation or hardship, physical condition unique to the specific piece of property in question. Unnecessary hardship shall mean physical hardship relating to the property itself as distinguished from a hardship relating to convenience, financial considerations, or caprice. And the hardship must not result from the applicant or owner's actions. And C, that by granting the variance, the spirit of the ordinance will be observed and substantial justice will be done. I've got a few slides to show you. Oh, that jumped. Okay, so the property outlined in red is the subject property where they're wanting to place the new carport. And this is a site plan submitted showing the location of the carport on the property. It will be placed, according to this, they're saying 3.5 feet, I think, from the front property line. If I understand right, we were giving them a little wiggle room by giving them the 3 foot was the thought. And then on the side, right at the street or at the front edge of the carport, it'll actually be about 4.4 feet from the property line, but because of the side property line being at an angle, by the time it reaches the rear of the carport, it's going to be about 2.5 feet from the property line. And because of an easement situated along that property line, there's an overhead line that extends across there. It's a 5-foot wide easement, 2.5 feet on each side of the property line. They realized they couldn't request to be closer than 2.5 feet to that property line. So they've angled or cut back the building and the rear where they want to do like a breezeway or a covered porch area, so that it will still be 2.5 feet at the rear corner of it as well. So that is what they are requesting. And I have another, here's a picture of the property. This is between the two houses. So the house on the right is where they're wanting to place the carport. And in the site plan, I just had to talk to them and distinguish this, the solid colored, I guess black or gray line along that north edge of the property is the existing pavement. So where it's going to the 4.4 feet and the 2.5 feet along that, there's a solid gray line that goes all the way along the edge that it's straight. That is the edge of the pavement that they're depicting in their drawing. So the edge of this pavement for the driveway on the right is what they're showing as the edge of pavement in their drawing. And just for reference, I went ahead and pulled up in the driveway so you could see the joint is typically about where the property line is located. And they're asking to be 3 feet from that property line. So the carport should be 3.5 feet to the right of that joint that you're looking at, that I'm sitting on actually in that driveway. To give you an idea of how close it'll be to the street for the supports for the carport. Are there any questions?
About comments from the neighbors?
I did receive one response. She was in opposition because she thought that the 3 feet was going to be from the street, not from the property line. And once I was able to show her the site plan and show her that it's actually going to be closer to 18 feet or so from the street, she was fine with it. So she marked out her no and circled yes.
Okay. Any other comments you received?
No, sir.
Okay.
That's the only one that I've received.
Any other questions for the witness?
Athena, for the record, could you just say how many notices were sent out?
And I did not. I'm sorry. 26 notices were mailed to property owners.
You got one response?
We received one back. So
Okay. Any other questions for the witness?
Yeah.
Hearing none. Who else, if anyone, wants to speak for, against, or otherwise make a comment on this issue that's before us? And yeah, please do. You do bear the burden of proof, so. If you would, tell us your name, tell us your relationship to the property, and then tell us whatever you want to about the property.
Yeah, my name is Mark LaRusse. I'm the property owner's son. I'm his father, excuse me.
Uh-huh.
So, we bought this house a couple of years ago. Remodeled it, took over a year to do that, and me and my wife are also living there with him right now. We sold our house in Bevel Oaks, and we're staying with him right now. So we actually have 3 cars there. But like she said, it will be 18 feet back from the street, which I don't know if you can see on that picture back there. If you can see where I dug up some of that looking for the property marker, a little piece of green grass, and then up a little bit you see some dirt. Well, that's about where the end's going to be, which is 18 feet from the street. Okay.
So about right there, is that where you're
That
Yeah,
divot?
right in there is where the property marker is. So I've talked to all the neighbors that I've talked to. Nobody had a problem. I have a picture here of the carport that's very similar. I'm gonna give that to y'all in just a minute. Let's see. I talked to all the neighbors. We didn't have any problems. It's gonna be an open concept. It's not gonna be enclosed. I moved over to get it over further from the setback or the easement, the property line. I got a string sitting there right now.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the string. I presume you strung that?
Yeah, did you see it?
I can see it
Oh,
in the
you
picture.
can see it in there? Okay,
Mhm.
all right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I did that so I could find the property line versus the because the concrete goes over just a little bit. So I jutted over up towards the house where it comes straight across the 20 feet. Well, I jutted over so I could get that easement It's actually a little more than 2.5 feet. It shows 2.5 and another 2.5 feet. If y'all see the drawing, it's actually more like 3.5 feet in the middle. Okay, I got that wrong on my drawing. I had to redo it, and I just redid the one I had. I messed up on that measurement. Let's see. And I can show y'all that too. If you can back up to the sketch I had there, the diagram.
This one?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, if you see, it says 4.4 on the street right there.
Yes,
If you
sir.
go up, it's in an angle. It's really not 2.5 on the next one. It should be more like 3.5, and then 2.5 all the way on the top part. Okay. So we have a garage. We can't even get my wife's little Honda card inside of it. So the garage was not built for an actual garage. A garage is meant to put a car in. That's what the definition is. If you can see how small it is. So the width and the length, your car would be sticking out. So, and when we bought the house, we thought, well, we'll just put up a carport. And that's been over what, a year and a half ago? We didn't know, we had all these variances. So we're trying to do the right thing, bring it to you guys. And like I said, we haven't had any problems with any of the neighbors. We love the neighborhood. And I do want to submit this example if y'all want to look at it.
Yes, sir, please. Go ahead. Yeah, just go ahead and pass it, and we'll take it down the road. Go ahead and finish whatever you're gonna say, and then I got a couple of questions for you, and I think
Okay.
Mr. Hilliard does too.
I think that's about it. On my part, if y'all have any questions, I'll be more than happy to
Yeah.
discuss it with you.
Does it have a pool?
No.
You see you have a drain line coming out of the backyard that's running parallel to the driveway.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to move that.
The
See the green drain coming out by the end of your driveway? That has to be something for the backyard, right? And so if you lay your posts, you're probably gonna dig right through it. It's
No,
gonna cause problems.
it comes under the concrete.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there it is right there. It
Yeah.
comes under the concrete and goes almost, if you'll see where that fence is,
Yeah.
about 2 foot maybe out from the fence. On the other side of the fence, there's a drain there. It goes back to the back where you
Okay.
walk around. There's another drain. Yeah, it drains out to the street. So yeah, we're not gonna hit the pole.
Yeah, well,
drain.
it looks like it runs, usually they'll run parallel
Yeah.
with the driveway,
Yeah.
which is exactly where 2 of your supports are
Well,
gonna go.
my contractor is gonna put they're gonna have to be moved over because of the setback.
Mhm.
So we're gonna have to mount it on the concrete. Okay?
Okay.
On that side. The other side will be okay, but they got these deals you mount to the concrete, put anchors in the concrete,
Yeah.
and then you attach it to there. So that's how I'm gonna move it off the setback on that side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just gonna drill an epoxy and post it. Okay. But you are gonna dig into the ground on the property line side.
Yes, on that
All
side.
right.
There'll be-
And it looks
I
like
think there'll be 2 posts over there.
this example is a pretty low-lying carport. You're gonna try to get that above your roof line or under? You're gonna have to probably be higher than your roof line, so you have some slope out or something, huh?
We can do it either way. We can
Well,
attach it
I
to,
mean,
or we
I'm
can
just
move it.
curious as to which you wanted to, 'cause
Well, we wanted to go to the roof to make it look better, and I'm gonna have to redo the gutters. I'm gonna redo and put the gutter all the way around the carport also.
yeah,
And
and
we wanna make it look good.
I don't know how far back those power lines go, and it looks like you've got a drop for a power line or something that's back there. I just wanted to,
That's a street light right above, right there on that
Mhm.
pole by the street. There's a street light there that's not working right now, but there is one there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got good clearance from your
They
power
had
line.
they had a tree fall down back behind on the neighbor's fence before we bought the house, and it ripped all the power down, so they had to redo all the power on my house. And so it's all updated now, but the tree's gone.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Are there any other questions for the witness?
No, the picture answered
Wish
my
you could
question.
zoom in.
Okay. All right. If you want to say anything else to us, you're welcome to. Otherwise, we're gonna let somebody else stand up if they want to.
Yeah, just wanna say I appreciate y'all giving me an opportunity to meet with y'all and look at my needs, and this is very much a need that we need to get taken care of.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else want to speak for, against, or otherwise make a comment with respect to the issue that's before this board? Hearing none, let's have a little deliberation and see if we can come up with a motion. Don't turn that off. I know that's what we used to do.
We used to huddle, remember?
I know, but now we got a lady over here that's fussy about that.
So remember we make a little huddle in the back.
She wants to hear everything.
I know.
Probably the approval.
All right. We're having our open meeting, so what about it? What about it, gentlemen? You ready to make a motion?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, none of the neighbors had
Complaints about it.
It's just gonna make the area a little prettier. It'll be fun.
And when you was reading his other carports in that area too.
Okay. All right. So let's get back closer to the microphones, and I'm open to hearing a motion with respect to file number PZ 2023-16.
I make a motion we approve file BZ 2023-16.
Okay, Mr. Hilliard makes the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, Rogers makes a second. And would you call a roll for a vote, please, ma'am?
Chairman Tamayo?
I'm for it.
Chairman Beaver?
for it,
Chairman, I'm sorry, Board Member Beaver?
for it,
Sorrell,
Board Member Hilliard?
Four.
Board Member Rowe?
Four.
And Board Member Sorrell?
For it.
Thank you.
it's passed. Is there any more business to come before the board? And if not, then we are adjourned. Thank you very much. 17 minutes. All right.